Hi everybody, my name is Gabe. You might know me as creative director for games like Marvel Contest of Champions and its spin-off Marvel Realm of Champions.
You might know me as
My job for the last 10 years was to build our own version of the Marvel Universe, full of interconnected
My job for the last 10 years
players,
was to build their own version of Marvel.
creating epic storylines and designing original characters with my Marvel and Kabam friends was amazing. Definitely the adventure of a lifetime. But it was time for me to move on to something different, create something more personal. So I left Kabam to start a new studio called What If. I was lucky to be joined by a talented bunch of developers, most of them ex-Kabamers, with great experience working for big studios and popular game franchises. We started talking about ideas, what kind of games we could make, what kind of stories we wanted to tell. And one specific idea jumped at us because it felt at the same time epic and personal, with a game mechanic we have never seen before. We called this new game Kinshift, and we're very excited to build it with your help. The story follows a family of space explorers returning home after years traveling the solar system. As they arrive, they are confronted with a planetary catastrophe, a giant asteroid on collision course to Earth. Low on resources, they are forced to make the difficult decision to put themselves in cryogenic sleep to survive and orbit the planet in autopilot until it's safe to land, hoping there'll still be a home to come back to. A long time passes with the family in deep sleep orbiting the Earth. Nobody comes to rescue them. No sign of life at all from the planet below. Until one day, they finally awake. But something is wrong. Each one of them is alone and don't see the others. They seem to be back on Earth, but somehow they got separated. What they don't know is they are not separated by space, but by time. Nova, the teenage daughter, awakens 100 years after the asteroid impact, in the primordial age. After the tragedy, this is the birth of a new civilization, built over the ruins of her own. Naomi, the mother, awakes in the dystopian age, 1,000 years after the asteroid impact. The world of man has fallen again. This era feels like the deepest of the Dark Ages. Niles, the father, awakes in the Chimeric Age, 10,000 years after the asteroid impact. A new species inherits the world, a hybrid between intelligent machines, bioengineered organisms, and mystical constructs. But even being separated by thousands of years, weirdly, the family starts feeling each other's presence. They seem to be connected by a mysterious force that allows them to see, hear, and even influence each other's realities, even not being physically present. They call their force the Kinshift, and it could be the key for healing their fractured family and even save the world. Now let's take a look at what we're working on. Have in mind that this is pre-production footage, so lots to be improved. If we get the funding we're hoping, we'll have a much more polished playable build in the hands of supporters very soon. We start in the dystopian age, playing as Naomi. She's trying to find a way to cross the Petrol Ocean, which is an ocean made of oil. She finds this ancient boat. The ancient boat seems to take some kind of weird clean energy that they don't have available anymore in the future. So she goes to Nova, and Nova says from the past, "Yeah, I've seen those. They're called quantum olives. They're all over the place." So we switch to play with Nova in the past. We ran into the market where we're seeing those olives on the ground, and then Naomi appears to us as a ghost and says, "Hey, just put one of those olives in a time capsule and then go into the catacombs, which is a place that still exists in the future. Put it in there and I just can collect them in my own time." But as we go to the temple where the catacombs are, there's this huge guard, and he says, "You're not allowed to enter." He seems to be too big to fight, so Naomi is trying to find another way. We switch to Naomi. She goes around the building and scans the wall. She detects that the wall, because it's made of compacted and melted sand, has a lot of structural faults in it. Nova appears and says, "Hey, I think I have something for that." It's this acid potion that is used to melt the desert sand and create solid blocks, so I think it can melt this wall. So Nova opens her inventory, pulls the potion, melts the wall, and now she can go through undetected. Puts the olive in the time capsule, but her mom can find it in the future. Then she draws a little heart for her mom so she knows where to find it. If she put the capsule in the right place, it will be undisturbed for 900 years. Now we can switch to play with Naomi again, and oops, she got detected by some patrols. They call the Hostia and they're pretty nasty. So she dispatches them pretty quick. But the last one, she decides to capture it as a companion. You can do that too. Maybe it'll be useful in the future. Now she goes into the catacombs, and her future is still intact. She looks for the capsule, finds it. It's very old and rusted, but the olive is still there in suspended animation. She puts the capsule in her own inventory and runs back to the petrol ocean to activate the boat. It's not as easy as it seems, though. The proximity with the quantum olive has awakened something. It seems to be hidden inside the victory statue. It's an ancient god. It's called Turbo Dragor, and he's been hungry for a long, long time. That's just a taste of what the game will be. If you like what you see so far, please back our project. Anything helps. We are a small studio with big ideas, and we want to bring as many people as we can in this journey. Thank you very much. All right, we're live. Hey, camera, go back here. It's not recognizing my face. Okay, this is old. How are you? Are we live? Are we live, Greg?
I think so.
Are we live, Andy?
That's what the big red sign says. Live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Hi, everybody. Thanks for coming one more time to our live from the studio. Well, we'll make a video game in front of you. Last week was really, really great. We had a lot of cool insights and opinions, and people seem to like it. So we decided to make this something weekly maybe, and show hi Max, showing our progress, because video games are interesting that way. Like sometimes people see only the final product and they don't see the amount of craziness that goes behind the curtain. And for me, for a lot of different people, this is the most interesting part. When everything's broken and suddenly you figure out how to solve a problem, and then it happens, the magic happens. So we decided to just show the magic happening in real time. That's the idea of this. We'll be doing our work and showing stuff the way they are this week, and next week will be different, and maybe it'll be broken, maybe it'll be good, and people will be able to talk to us in real time and ask questions, etc., etc. So today, again, we have Greg Lesky.
It's very French.
Yeah, amazing designer. But we'll also have Andy today here. Andy's amazing 3D artist and also a great painter and a carver of wood. How's it going, Andy?
It's going good.
It's going good. You have any cool stuff to show us today?
I do.
Yes. Okay. We'll have time to show everything. We'll stay as long as we need. So today we have some cool gameplay stuff happening. We showed the scene last week. We're gonna show the state of that scene, how things are going, gameplay wise. Greg, what do we have that's new this week?
Oh, we actually have combat this week, which is pretty exciting.
Oh,
that's kind of like one of the big goals this week is actually get some combat in the game, because we have an action RPG. I think people want to see some action, especially any contest fans out there. So that was pretty critical.
Okay, yeah, it will be horribly broken, right? I just assume.
I hope everyone's very forgiving. Yeah, but it's in there.
Okay. So it's the first step. We'll see how it goes. It might explode everything, but
that's how games work, right? Andy, what are you gonna show to us today?
Fat Cat. It's one of the side characters.
Oh yeah, you're modeling, some of the characters that we have as concepts in the scene. You picked one, and now you're doing it in 3D, right?
That's right.
Okay. You want to start with that? You want to start with
Sure.
that? You want to share it with me? Yeah, I want to see how it goes. Andy works well under pressure. Yeah, I think so. I think all the sweat before the live was just him doing some exercise, right? All the cold sweat.
I'm waiting for his wood carving YouTube channel. That's what I want to see. Just Andy carving wood and making tables and amazing stuff.
Okay, let me add this and see what are you doing here?
So I just have this as a reference, and
Fat Cat. I love that character.
Yeah, just got to figure out what to do with his little bobtail back there.
Yeah, that's how good Andy is. He took that tiny little drawing that I did on that scene. Doesn't need a back view or side view or anything. He just that's the kind of artist I like to work with. I don't need to draw a lot of concepts, and he just gets it. So
I think one thing that works well is I do a little render, and then you just do sometimes some little paint overs on some areas. That helps. Hopefully that doesn't take too long, but
yeah.
That's cool to see him in 3D finally. Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
It's very important for us as an indie company to be able to shorthand this process, right? We all have experience in working in gigantic studios where it becomes a little bit of an assembly line, and you need to have everything kind of digested for the next stage of the process, because you guys probably won't be sitting at the same place. So you need to have everything kind of like, oh, this is the instructions. So, but for us, because we all sit in the same room, a virtual room, we're always in contact, and I can let Andy just go crazy and make the concept better. And, and I'll just course correct when needed.
Cool. TJ and Callie just joined us too.
Hi, Kelly. How are you?
Got like repeat people. White Mummy's here. Max is back. Hey guys.
Hey TJ. Oh my God. Everybody's here.
Knowing TJ was running around in Stanley Park.
Yeah, he is. I remember when TJ, we worked together, and he would go for lunch and he would be like so concentrated listening to something. Many times I'll walk by the place where he was having lunch, and he was listening to something on his thing, and I'll say, "Hey TJ," and he was so concentrated he wouldn't even see me. And I just assumed there was some kind of like, I don't know, self-improvement, like I am a powerful man, right, TJ?
Or there's a chance he was just ignoring you, and he did hear you.
Yeah, he's listening to it right now and ignoring me.
He's too nice for that. No way.
So yeah, what do you think how do you think this model is going? Like, what do you want to improve?
Right now, I got kind of the basic shapes in there, but I definitely just need to do an overall pass to tighten it up, and then
I don't think he's fat enough, to be honest. Like, I think his belly could be more full.
I noticed if I go too fat, because we're going to see him at this angle from top down.
Yeah.
If I go too fat, then you can't see his legs very well.
Oh, good thing you said legs. Well, that's why I flex his knees, right? In the
yeah, that's true.
So you can make his knees like very knobby, so when he'll be like kind of flexy, like he's weighing down a little bit. So that would be his ideal position, I think.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, push the belly.
So do people want to see some of the other characters?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely.
Let me hit the AI button. Here we go.
AI button, like make characters.
Yeah,
That's Andy's secret.
there you go.
Oh, hey.
It
Oh
worked.
my God.
So
Oh.
here's Niles.
Why did we give Miles a haircut? Tell people. No, TJ, don't worry. We talk about good things. There you go. We said you're awesome, basically, in so many words. Hi, Mike. Oh, it's my friend Mike. Mike Meyer. Say hi. Mike is like one of the best artists I know in my whole life. He's amazing. Not because he's my friend, but he's a animation director now for such shows like My Little Pony and Snoopy. And where are you working now, Mike? You can't say probably, right? Some super secret kind of thing for Amazon and Netflix and yeah. So
NDA.
yeah, NDA. We all live our lives under NDA. So coming back to the character, like we gave Niles a haircut. Why did you do that, Andy?
I think we just needed to. He wasn't standing out very well, but as far as the haircut, I think it just needed to be a little more streamlined and a better profile.
Yeah, I think so too. Like, you know, when I did the concept for this character, he looked really good from the profile, but then we start seeing him running around in 3D. We saw that his pompadour was like blocking his face from the camera up. That's why I asked to have a haircut and also give him like a little bit more of a field belt. He's a biologist and scientist, so I wanted to have a belt with lots of different, instruments that he can use in the field, and remove that side skirt.
Which this right here.
Yeah. Although it looked really great in the drawing, I thought it was really cool, the asymmetry of it. Like when he started running, like that's an experience we have from Contest of Champions. Every character has a skirt or a loincloth or something like that. It was a bitch to animate. It was really, really bad. Because you have to, attach it to the legs and get weird stretching going on. So we're kind of preempting those problems. And it looks nice. He'll probably evolve a little bit more. We still have a lot of time to evolve those characters. The next thing I want to do, can you do that now for me? Grab Naomi. And I think her legs are getting too skinny with the camera down. Can you grab the bones from the knee down and make
I don't have the bones for her. The only one who's rigged is her or Niles right here.
Okay, so I'm gonna do that in Unity, and if I break anything,
so you just you think that the legs need to be a little thicker?
Yeah, I think because she's the heavy, I think the legs and the arms need to be chunkier. To get
I did notice you've done that on some of your paintings. You've kind of rounded them up a bit.
Yeah. In Photoshop, it's super easy. Just scale up, right? So
yeah.
If you guys want the pompadour, we'll get the pompadour as a skin for you.
As a skin, that'd be cool.
Yeah,
like that.
Yeah. I think we will have to have like skins and different things so people can pick their own visuals. So I think the hairstyle could be a different one. I played with him with the long hair too, and it looks pretty weird, but everybody.
We also made We also made this cane. Are we gonna bring that back?
Oh yeah, no. The cane will be there. Yeah, the idea behind that is that he controls those ectoplasms, like biological forms, those amoebas, and he uses that staff like a wizard too. The beard is not going anywhere. He uses that staff to attract and control those giant amoebas from the future. And it's also, of course, inspired by the I forgot the name right now. Hermes from mythology. He has like that. Wasn't that the Caduceus or something like that?
Does he have
When
wing
go
boots?
to a pharmacy, you have the two snakes.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm thinking of nope, wrong mythology.
yeah. So he's kind of like a doctor in a way. So he's inspired by that thing. So instead of snakes, it's the shapes. So he can almost like Gandalf, but with science, that he can use it so he can shoot those things and make them change shape. So this is gonna be really hard to execute, but I think if we can pull it off, it'd be pretty cool.
We're both right. Hermes has the medical staff as well as wing feet.
Yeah,
I knew
Mike will
not knowing that.
come true. So there's a question here about the future. The father is the one further in, right? Is it? Is time linear? Maybe. Yes.
Didn't we say that in the video? Did we reveal that?
Yeah, no, forget that I said that. Maybe he's not the one in the future. Maybe his future is somebody else's past. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Yes, he's potentially he's the one that's further in the future, in a world where everything kind of mix up, like magic and science and biology and all of that.
Are you going to show any of that world today? You gonna show any of that?
We might. Yeah, we do have
good tease.
But first, I'm gonna. We might.
If you stick around.
If you stick around, yeah. One thing I'm gonna start doing right now is drawing. Why? Well, I'm gonna start drawing. Today, I'm happy that Kelly is here because I decided to draw a companion. As in the game, you probably know that I'm gonna remove this 3D here. I'm gonna share something else. In the game, we're thinking about having companions and pets and stuff like that. It's something that people really love, and I think we can do something really cool with it. And a few of the rewards that we have. The live stream is coming soon. Jesus, it should be this one. Campaign update. Please give us money. So, today I think I'm gonna try and sketch one of those companions. And one of the people that been helping us with the campaign is Kelly. Amazing Kelly from Kabam. She's still at Kabam. And she's a very creative person. Very nice person too. We worked there since before Kabam was Kabam. Did you start before Exploding Barrel? You did, right? So anyway, she wants me to contribute to the campaign at the pet level. So she wants a special pet inspired by her dog, Mojito. So I'm gonna try and do that today. But she also likes sharks, so I'm gonna try and blend Mojito with the shark and create this weird kind of hybrid. We'll see where we're gonna get. Yeah, see, she was an old timer. You're not old, you're just old timer. So I'm gonna share my screen here.
That's cool. Actually, can I have a follow-up question about the eras? The question was how chaotic dystopic this feature actually is. I guess Niles time period. The shorts changing how the statue looks through time made them curious about it. So how dystopic is how chaotic is the chimeric era?
Oh, the chimeric era?
Chimeric era, yeah. Because
somebody's dystopia might be somebody's utopia, right? So the chimeric era is pretty chaotic. That's what I would describe as. But it's chaotic the way Django is chaotic, right? So it has some weird logic to it. It just up to it's the one that is I think will be the most fun to explore because it feels almost alien, right? And the logic of a city doesn't apply anymore. Everything's kind of up in the air. We talked about some ideas, right, of having islands, of population instead of having like a continuous city.
Yeah.
So there's a chance of us getting really crazy with the design.
The idea too, right, was that the chimeric era was a bit more like organic, it was a bit more living, like it was more organism based, or I don't want to give away anything about the state of the chimeric world, but like also for like a lot of really cool gameplay opportunities where you can actually like a lot of the things to do in the world, maybe areas you unlock or gates you open are actually organic in nature, like
right, yeah,
trees you
organic
have to grow
but not gross.
Yeah.
Like it's not like you have to like open like gates made of flesh or something like that.
No, but yeah, more like I'm trying to think of a good example, but
let's see if I can make a shark.
I look forward to modeling these pets.
Yeah.
Fun.
Yes. We'll see how many people want to have them. Like we have a level of reward that you can have a pet, and I think we can make individual pets. We don't need to make them any of them equal the other. We can have very customizable pets. Do we think we can make them like help you in the fight or something like that? Or
I mean, that was the whole idea behind Naomi's character is that she can craft, gadgets and things that will help her in combat. So having a companion that could help you out in combat would be kind of cool. And if we hit our cooperative stretch goal and want cooperative gameplay, maybe you can actually control that companion. I think running around as a shark dog and nibbling on enemies' ankles would be pretty fun. And you can make it dangerously effective too. Definitely.
Well, this dog is gonna do more than that because it's a shark dog.
Dogs are kind of like little land sharks.
It's true.
Tell me about your dog. Andy has the craziest dog.
I have a giant Alaskan Malamute now. He's laying at my feet. He starts to whine sometimes. He doesn't like me not having 100% focus on him.
Do I like put ears? Is the ears too like too silly? I'll have little ears right now, but I'm not gonna feel like the main feature of the dog.
That's cute.
I like the shark eyes, and then we can have dog like that. Small ears, yeah. Small, but big mouth. Yeah, that's a good one. There you go. Let's try but I want to be furry, but I want the fur to be in the right places. But I still can keep some of that sharkness of it. Every week is Shark Week for this guy.
Every week is Shark Week. Is there any possibility of having a pet that exists across all the ages? That could be kind of cool too. Having one pet that somehow, we talked about that, right? Characters or NPCs, things in the world that actually can exist across multiple eras.
Like an immortal pet?
Like an immortal pet, yeah. Like
would they be a ghost character like Niles and Naomi, or does the pet actually come over?
I don't want a ghost pet. I'd be sad if I saw a ghost pet.
Yeah.
No, it reminds me that
it's like the rule of horror movies. You can't kill animals. It's not cool. So no.
The Futurama episode where the dog waits for him until he dies and then it becomes a fossil. I cried so much on that.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that. I want people. Maybe I want people crying, but not that much.
Not over animals. That's not good.
No,
yeah, no ghost pets. There we go. We've got consensus from the.
No ghost pet. Okay, so maybe it's an immortal pet. Maybe there's a way to make. It's like that picture of Mojito, Kelly. Like, is his legs that short, or is just the perspective? Yeah, but maybe you have to do something so your pets become immortal. Maybe you have to build them like a cryogenic dog house or something.
Starting to sound Pet Cemetery.
Yeah, so yeah, he is short. So I'm gonna try and that's look how cute he is. At Kabam, we like, I don't know how it is right now, but we used to be like such a dog friendly place. And my my dog Maya used to be, she was like employee number 7 or something like that of Kabam. So I'll bring her every day. The studio was very small, and then she would disappear all day, and then I had to like before I go home, I'll have to go try and find her, and she was always on somebody's lap. Whoever had the best. No, I think 6 was Sam. Don't call Sam a dog. Anyway, it was around there. It was before 10. So Maya would disappear, and then I'll find her in somebody's lap. It's usually somebody that had like the best treats. So she would be friendly with everybody. It was very good for morale. Yeah, I bet you got a lot done with Maya on your lap. So Greg, where are your vision for gameplay
For
combat?
gameplay today,
No, for combat gameplay, what do you want to accomplish, like in the end, like
in the end,
yeah, what is the pillars of combat?
well, the big things we've been talking about, and I sort of touched on this last week for anybody who was there, was that one of the big things looking at the game is we say we want the worlds to be different. We want the characters to feel different. If we feel like if you're swapping between eras and between characters, if the primordial world is just a skin swap of a dystopian world, it's not going to feel unique enough. It's not going to feel different. It's not going to offer any new gameplay or any new challenges. It's just a skin swap. And the same thing with the characters too. If you're changing from one character to the other, and the second character just has a bit faster move speed or a slightly longer attack, it's not really that interesting. So the goal really is to create like differentiation in gameplay, and so combat's kind of the first place we're going to start. So this week was kind of about building out starting with the basics. So we're starting with the 3-hit combo, the heavy attack, and the dash, and getting those into the game and showing how those are going to be different. Thinking about, for example, thinking about the different combo links for different characters, different effects, and how they support their gameplay. So, for example, Nova, we want Nova to be an assassin type character. So she's really like she dashes in attacks and dashes out. And what do we want to do with those combos to create that kind of gameplay? So her attacks are a lot faster. She's able to leap in and dash out of combat. Whereas someone like Naomi is more about charging into combat, standing her ground, taking out a lot of enemies. So this week is the first week, but it's kind of building the framework around that. So we started off with a 3-hit combo, the heavy attack, and the dash for Nova. And with the framework in place, we'll be adding Naomi and Niles by next week. So we should have all 3 characters playable in there, so we can start seeing some real differentiation. Kind of like those teeth on the shark dog. That's awesome.
Do you want to, like, we're talking about some kind of arena, right? And this is one of our stretch goals. We were just talking before how if there's any way to have the 3 characters playing at the same time on that arena.
Oh, okay. All right, we're jumping ahead. Yeah, I mean, we that's something that we've talked about, because I think everybody immediately thinks of, and I think somebody even brought up last week, the idea, could all 3 characters play at the same time cooperatively? That would be awesome. And that would be awesome. It would also be incredibly difficult to build, because if you can imagine, playing as Nova in one time period, what's Naomi doing? Is she battling at the same time you are? And what's happening is jump back and forth. And the other thing too being that, as the player, the cool thing about the game, and we think one of the cool things about the game, is you have the agency to change characters at any time, and that's a really cool component of the game. The minute you go multiple characters in the same space and different players are playing that, you kind of lose that. So we're trying to think of other ways that we can give a single player the experience of playing with all 3 characters at the same time. And one of the ideas was the arena. So potentially something where there's a boss you can fight or a character you can fight that can sort of phase between time periods. So, phase 1 is in Nova's time period, phase 2 is in Naomi's, and so on. And we have to kind of jump back and forth between them.
Right.
That's a cool idea. Cool stretch.
Yeah, you're saying that we need to hire more people then.
Yeah.
So we need more money, and
to
have more money, we need people to pledge to this game. That's what you're saying.
There is that.
Yeah. So go. If anyone pledges right now, and I see it, I'm gonna draw a tiny Marvel character right beside of this dog being eaten by the dog.
Ha!
And then you get to pick
Which character? Oh, that's tempting.
Yeah, the character you hate the most at Marvel.
Oh man.
All right, the gauntlet is thrown. Okay, how's that dog? Is it looking good?
It's looking great.
A little bit. Doesn't maybe a nose? Can I add a nose? Is that
a nose?
That too much? Is that too doggy?
Looks more dog. I kind of like it. Looks more dog-like.
I'll try to blend it a little bit.
I don't know.
How am I gonna
That's cute. I want to play fetch with this guy somehow. I don't know how in the game.
Well, it'd be neat if we had water, because then he could swim around with his fin sticking out and then come running out.
That would be pretty cute.
One of our stretch goals is to have ocean exploration, so we could.
Oh, yeah.
He needs to be able to boop. I think sharks boop too. I think I saw a video of somebody booping a shark. Or you have to punch the nose too, so they don't eat you or something like that. Okay.
Or they're gonna be variants like the hammerhead shark dog. I like that idea.
Oh yeah,
variants. That'd be cute.
You can have the eyes really crazy.
Yeah.
Like that. It was Greg's idea, Kelly.
It was in the chat. It was in the chat. It wasn't me. Maximus's idea. It's a good one though. I'm backing it. Just the eyes. That was kind of scared me for a second there.
Punching their nose is what needed if they're attacking you. Yeah, so you can boop the shark. They won't like it. That's what he's saying, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so is akin to kicking one testicles. Huh. Interesting.
Nice.
Who told you that? The shark?
The way we can get our pets to help is with treats.
Yeah, treats, or maybe the way you get them to target enemies is you throw their favorite toy at the enemy, and it sticks to them, and they go to get it back, and they just chew the enemy to hell.
I kind of want to have because I do have a schnauzer, and I love those little eyebrows that they have. Maybe I can. Yeah, have a little bit of a.
Oh, that's cute.
Mojito eyebrow. Will be the treat for this. The treats for this pet to be come. You get like guts, fish guts.
Fish guts.
If it were a free-to-play game, that's what would you buy? A pack of fish guts,
Oh,
and it will cost $29.99 for a pack of fish guts. Yeah, starting to look good. You want to see some gameplay? You want to do some
yeah.
game?
Just do some gameplay for a bit.
Yeah, let me save it because I never save it. So
Save it. Don't lose that. That's cool.
What do I call it? Shark Mojito?
Sure.
Okay, I'll come back to it. I'll just remove this.
Cute.
Let's try and share the gameplay and see what we have for this week.
Yeah, jump on in.
With
everyone bearing in mind, it's still early days. So look at it through, the glasses of it's pre-alpha.
Is that Sharkito?
Sharkito.
Sharkito.
Present. Share screen. Window.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're there.
Okay, let's play. Let's see.
Okay.
As always, you guide me because I'm the worst at playing. Okay. Oh, we have like little.
Oh yeah.
Dust clouds.
Dust clouds. Well, she also has little knives. You'll notice very, very, very lethal little knives.
Knives. Okay.
It's got a couple of really things. If you do, you can dash as you're using a keyboard and not a joystick.
Okay, I can dash with
sacrilegious. Space is dash. There you go.
Whoa!
Right cool. Now it's a dodge roll. Everyone keeping in mind all the animations are placeholder right now and not all tuned. The animator has done a pass on them, but just to get you a sense of movement rather than just having the character snap forward a few pixels. It's kind of nice to have that motion there and to get a sense of like knowing when the dash is started and finished.
What is that pink texture, man?
I don't know.
Isn't that part of the effect?
I think the effect just has it's the universal pipeline.
You're missing a texture.
Sorry.
Okay. Anyway, it also has a beautiful cape now. It's still broken, but
there's a cape that actually
physics to it. Oh my god!
It's gonna float nicely. Do you want to go up to? Oh, you can run around a bit. Show the improvements to the touch to the level. The new.
It's pretty much the same. I just put a ground.
Yeah.
Just so we don't step on,
Well, a couple of props are nice too, and mix it up because gray block is, all good for designers, but people don't want to see just gray cubes. They want to see like a city full of life. So that's awesome.
Yeah, we've been testing some of the videos too. So
yeah,
you you
did her heavy attack. Okay, so if you head over to the north,
we did leave that for last.
What's that? Oh, leave for last. Okay,
the other arrows and see.
Okay, sorry.
Oh, that's my mistake. Her cape is not ghostly. We should change that texture.
So, yeah, I can fix that. I'll add it to the list.
Okay.
Yeah, so I guess if anybody didn't see the video last week, this is kind of the idea of last week we were sort of trying to prove out the idea that so the first week was really about proving out all the assumptions we were making. The big one being, number one, we wanted the worlds, like I said earlier, to be different. We didn't want, the dystopian world just to be a skin swap of the primordial world because that just doesn't feel engaging or exciting. So we have here.
My fault. Okay. Go ahead.
So what we have here is the idea of a world that's somewhat similar but has a lot of differences to it, so that it feels like a different world. The other big part of it too is we don't want players to switch worlds and feel like they're in a completely different game or a completely different location. So you still feel like you're roughly in the same area, just not look exactly like it. So we're trying to find that balance between, difference and not confusing the player, and so they understand where they are. Because in the future, when you're solving puzzles with characters, you want to know where your characters are in relation to each other. So that's really important.
Right, and like a lot of time has passed and the city have changed, and it's good to explore and see what's new in the new time.
Yeah, and it will change even further too. This is just sort of a first pass. We wanted to get part of the building toward our first playable too is giving the players like a safe space, the home area where you can buy things and upgrade and whatnot. So this is kind of the first pass at it, and it's gonna change and grow as we build out more of the game. We get more of the metrics of how the characters move, and more interactions in the world.
The next cat you're gonna build is Cheesebird, okay?
Cheesebird.
I want this guy in 3D. I want him cutting some cheese. So right now, because we have 3 times, we actually added a gray block of the third era.
All right.
So hi Josh. Oh, Josh Sally is here. How's it going? How big is the map? The map is modular. So it depends how much resources we do have to build this. We're gonna build the center of it, which is the city. The city is already pretty big. It's one of those maze-like cities, in Middle Eastern, very ancient kind of. So you have a lot to explore. But the more of the other objectives that we reach, we will expand it into different areas. They'll have different stories, different characters. So the world keeps increasing in size, but we are breaking it down in logical pieces. So even if we only get the basic funding that we need, you still have a complete game. We just have extra world to explore, extra missions, extra story. So if I go back to, whoa, she's falling. No.
Oh, that's not good.
That was my fault. I moved that piece. I'll play again.
Okay.
I've been messing with the scene. Sorry.
You moved. Oh, okay.
Okay, so if I go here, now she's back. It's good.
Okay.
But if I go to 10,000 years in the future, now we do have Niles moving around. He's playable, and the scene is like 10,000 years in the future. It's a big mess right now, but we're trying to block this place up and see how this place is gonna feel in the distant future. So the tree that used to be a tiny tree now is like this gigantic tree that took over pretty much the whole world. And so we do have you can move around the 3 areas now. So that's a improvement.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to go play some combat?
Sure. Yeah. Jump to Nova. You can go into our designer friendly, but not artist friendly combat gym. So one of the things when you're first building a game, for those of you who haven't built one before, one of the things you really want to do early on is figure out kind of the metrics of the game. How big a room needs to be, how far characters have to move, what's the right engagement distance, how far do enemies have to be off screen or on screen for you to recognize them. So we built a combat gym to start testing those out. So if you head to the northwest. And it'll be a big, not a big sign.
Surprise! I put an entry on it.
But you got rid of my debug text that says dojo. I love that text. All right. Anyway, so you have a combat here. You got some enemies. Oh, you're in trouble now. All right. So because you're on keyboard. H is basic attack. So you got to.
Oh, look, it's very cool.
Aw.
He's missing the left. So H is attack.
H is basic attack. There you go. Yep. That'll do like a 3-hit combo with Nova. Space again is to dodge, and if you do J, you do her heavy leaping 2-sword smack you attack. But this guy's dangerous. Ooh, that hurt. Be down to half health. Oh, you're dead.
I died.
Oh my God. Man,
I
suck.
How
embarrassing.
I'm not a designer. I'm an artist.
Dash roll. There you go.
Yeah, there you go. Right.
There you go.
Ow.
So again, all the animations are kind of early, but the things we want to prove out here were sort of the 3-hit combo. A lot of games have that, and was that?
No, I'm just taunting him.
Yeah, taunt him away. Yeah, keep going. Oh, it's too easy now. You've gotten good.
Easy. No, that's too easy. I'm gonna. Can I add more enemies? Can I add more enemies to the scene?
You can do whatever you want. That's the magic of being a game developer. Go for it.
Let's try more enemies.
Try more enemies. So she has a basic 3-hit combo. The idea is, with her character, each successive hit does more damage. GG.
So I'm gonna add 2 more Ericos.
That's cool.
Just to represent the how many more of the white enemies I can put.
Mm-hmm.
How many?
You can put as many as you want. I mean,
let's say 10.
Right now, they don't have the logic to avoid clumping. So if they get into a clump, they're gonna, attack you all at the same time. That said, you can attack them all at the same time too. And if I'm not mistaken, they are not too bright, so they'll tend to attack each other as well.
They'll attack each other. Oh, that should be fun.
Oh, they'll hit. Yeah, the big guy can actually smack the little guys if you're smart about it.
Okay, so I added 10.
Okay.
And then I make the big guy really big.
Yeah, there's no health recovery yet. So
okay, let's see it.
Okay.
I'll play it again.
Good luck.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Where is it?
So yeah, so as a good analog for it, we're sort of starting off kind of like in the Hades vein, where you have a 3-hit combo with Nova. You have a heavy attack, which is like a high risk, high payoff attack, and an evade to get out of the way. One of the things I really wanted to add this week, but just didn't have time to do.
Oh my God!
Oh, there you go.
I did too much.
You did. That guy's huge.
Oh, those guys are just watching. They're just watching.
Yeah, the red guy is that guy's big.
Yeah, it's big.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool. Just keep moving.
Wow, look at that! I'm so good.
You're a beast.
They're just watching. They're following the golden rule of karate. Doesn't matter how many enemies you have, they'll attack once at a time.
I think it's because you added them in. It's okay. It's okay.
Okay.
The big guy should prove it of a challenge. Good luck. Dodge.
He has like Achilles heel. So
I think you made him so big that his tiny little dagger that has not scaled up with the character is basically giving you a haircut as opposed to actually doing damage. So
let me kill his son first.
Okay, do that. Yeah.
There you
go. One hit, one smack. Good job.
Are we still thinking about maybe fighting the skeleton?
Oh, the
monster truck
robot?
Yeah. Okay. There you go. So yeah, we also have snap functionality, so you can snap face enemies. You can dash actually toward them and engage them. That's just the lever we wanted. We won't necessarily make it every attack automatically targets things. We want some directionality, and way more Erico. There you go.
There you go. Erico is the difficulty of the game.
It reminds me of the old days, those Easter eggs. You'd put your buddy in a spot.
Yeah.
You do that no more.
But only if they pay.
Yeah. Well, we can.
Okay, this actually was pretty awesome. I like this. So what do you think is the next step for combat?
The next step is to get basically Naomi and Niles playing in there so that we can actually see how the characters play differently, because they're going to play different in the sense of having different styles, but not dramatically different. Like the anti-vision of this would be you switch characters, and the button that was evade with Nova is now, drop weapon with Niles or something. That would be awful. I'm not sure what game does that. We would never do that. So the idea that, Naomi is a character, whereas Nova's evade is more of, or her dash ability is more of an evade ability, although you can stack it with a light attack to actually do a medium attack on enemies. Naomi's going to have more of a charge ability, so she actually wants to charge into combat. And when she lands her charge, she actually can do damage. So she can use it to escape, but she can also use it to engage. Because she's a warrior, that's what she wants to do. So getting their abilities in and start getting a bit more some mechanics that actually support their gameplay. So for example, with Nova, the third hit you do in the combo will actually apply a damage multiplier to an enemy. So it will basically, it will do 1.5 damage, but only for a limited amount of time. So if you hit an enemy, you want to focus on that enemy and take him down, which gives opportunities for things where if there's ads in the room, suddenly it breaks your attention, you lose the stack. What do? Do you focus on the big guy first, hit the small guys out second? Whereas Naomi, for example, in combat with her basic combo, playing out the idea of like because so one of the things we want to do at the studio too is make sure that like creative and design kind of work together hand in hand, so things are cohesive and make sense. So story-wise, Naomi's a bit of a hothead. She's got a bit of a temper, which I think goes to why the two of them don't, her and Nova don't get along. So looking at some kind of rage mechanic where, the more enemies she hits, the more she kind of stacks her damage over time. I guess almost sort of like, you could say like in Arkham Asylum, the more damage you do, the faster you go, the more powerful you are. So it kind of encourages her to engage. One of the things we want to do is, I want to create a game where, your players can escape if they need to, but you want to reward players for kind of going in and engaging. So with Nova, if you go in and are constantly attacking, you're going to stack those damage multipliers and do more and more damage on certain enemies, which is important for bosses. And for Naomi, same idea. If you're going in and taking out a bunch of enemies and taking a bit of a risk, now you're getting more and more powerful. So you're trading off your defense and your retreats for your offense and attacks. And Niles will be a marksman character.
Oh, I fell from the world. I always do that.
That's not mine. That's not me. That's
I always hear the links when he falls from.
I could add that. I could add that. Yeah.
I guess that's copyrighted, but that's awesome. I really like to see combat coming in, and what other studio shows the game at this stage, but everything is like a bunch of parts that we just threw it
early in placeholder, and
I think that's the best part. The Wilhelm screen, yeah. Like I like that part of gaming because there's a lot of promise, a lot of possibility. Everything is possible. Hi, Unstable Gamer. So yeah, it's good to share this part because this part is usually people try to hide and they'll go into like a dark room and a year later they show something a bit more polished. But this is what game design and game development is all about, I think. So I'm happy we get to show that.
Yeah. Again, as long as everyone has a good, a critical eye that we're still really early. Because I remember one time, I'm going to tell a story really quick. When I used to work at Slant 6 Games a long time ago, we're working on a Resident Evil game that no one's played, and that's okay. It wasn't that good. Not the team's fault. Not the team's fault.
Which one is that? Which one?
Resident Evil Operation Raccoon City. Oh. And I was doing the cover and camera system. So we had like a sticky cover system where you could run up to cover and get behind it, and have a aim over cover crash mechanism. And it was super early, like so prototype. Did I miss it? Did you all show combat? We did. We could show a little bit again.
We can show a little bit again. Stay tuned.
Yeah. Or you can just go back in the stream, right? But we'll show again a bit more later. It's kind of fun to go back and play, or I can play and show you how it's done.
Your computer sucks. You can't play it.
Yeah. No, wait. So I was at Slant 6 and I was doing the cover and aim system, and like the main the head producer from like Resident Evil from Capcom was there, and he's like, oh, he wants to play your cover system. I'm like, oh, that's cool. As long as he knows it's like super janky right now. Make sure he doesn't go over there, doesn't go behind the phone booth, doesn't press his button, and so on. And he picks up the controller and he runs over to the phone booth. He presses all the wrong buttons. Nothing works. And he just puts the controller down and walks out of the room. And I was like, wow. So he was really unhappy. And I don't think he said anything about me or knows who I am anymore. So that was clarifying. But
that's why we don't have producers, right, Greg?
Yes. Producers are, good to have.
Good to have at some point, but no.
At points.
No. We want people to understand that things are broken and they'll get better.
They'll get better, yeah.
By the way, if you're a producer, I'm not trying to badmouth every producer.
Producers are awesome. I've had great producers.
They're awesome.
Mm-hmm.
They're great people.
They're in charge of product quality, and when they see it and it's all broken, you're like, but it's not fixed. It's not finished yet. It's not done yet.
Yeah, they keep us honest. They keep artists honest specifically, because if we're left to our own devices, we'll take years to finish something.
Yeah, well, they keep designers honest too, because if left to us, we just add all the features in the game and extend the project by like 6 months. It's like, no, we need this feature. It has to be there. So producers kind of force you to go, you know what? You can either have this feature or this feature. It's like, fine. Otherwise, games would never get done.
Yeah.
For Nintendo, that's okay, but
and some never get done, right? Some Some will take years and years and years, and you forget that they're being made, and then suddenly they just appear.
Yeah.
Fully realized.
Duke Nukem.
Duke
A few of those.
How long Zelda was? Like the new Zelda was like 7 years or something like that?
7?
Yeah, it was 6 or 7. Yeah.
It was a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're not gonna take 7 years. We'll get bored before that. So what else should I put in this dog? Dog. Should I put a collar? No.
Oh, not a collar. It's a free animal.
Free
Collar
animal.
thing.
They're probably smarter than humans, right?
He needs a laser on his head.
Any ideas why so many idle games are being made? Are they that lucrative? Yes, they are. Plus, people also have less and less time, and an idle game is one of those things you can just kind of come to, play for a little bit, and then walk away from. And it's like a house plant. You can walk up to it and water it, and go away and come back, and it's gone. So.
I do like idle games. Some idle games, and I think they serve a purpose. Like the world is so frantic right now, and we always talked about when people play our games, they should come and be happy, right, and feel good and feel better than they did before they start playing. So idle games do that really well. You can just hang out in a place that is not your house, and you don't have time to take a vacation, but you take a virtual vacation almost. So I think our game, even though it has combat, it has all of that, I think our game should have like a few of those elements too. We're not idle by any stretch of the imagination, but is more like you can come to the game, and if you don't want to fight or anything like that, you want to do something a bit more chill, you will have the opportunity. I think that's a goal that we need to keep in mind, because of the type of people that I think will play this game. We talked a little bit about how Zelda, sometimes you go to Zelda and you just hang out, just ride your horse to different places, and it's beautiful and stuff, and you don't fight anyone.
But having different things to do is different than idle. So yeah, this game will definitely not have an idle element to it. But
but that spirit, I made a game called Margaritaville a long time ago that it was not an idle game, but it had the spirit of I want to be there. There's tasks, there's quests, and there's fights and all kinds of different things, but it doesn't make me more stressed than I was before.
Yeah.
Questions, comments? If you guys have anything to say, just post it in the chat. By the way, we are live. Oh, Mike Myers, see, he played Margaritaville. It's always 5 o'clock somewhere. Funny thing about that, that game, I think it was at the time where Farmville was huge. So I think the Jimmy Buffett people really wanted to do something that had a Ville. They own Margaritaville, so I think they thought okay, let's make a game that ends with Ville, and then we can make a lot of money too. And they hired absolutely the right people, because we were very ambitious and tried to make that game as cool as possible. Even though I'm not a parrot head, but Cuz was a parrot head, but I wasn't. But we tried to make almost like a tropical Zelda, right? And we kept asking for reference. Because we wanted to do customization of the characters, and we know that Jimmy Buffett had some kind of a clothes and shoes and all kinds of things. So we asked them to send some of those shoes and some of those clothes, so we can model into the game, so you can customize your character. And one day a box arrives at the studio and we said, oh cool, we got some Margaritaville clothes. And it was a box of, I think, defective shoes. So it was what? It's just the left foot of every single shoe that they have, so nobody could actually take one home because we couldn't score some free Margaritaville shoes. They just send the defective stuff. I tried to put two different kinds and see what happened, but yeah, I missed the game too. I think it was a lot of fun. So what's the name of the dog that you guys said? Sharkito?
Sharkito?
Shark.
Sharkito? I'm scrolling back. I think it was Sharkito. It's cute.
Sharkito. There you go. In which of the ages to be more at home, you think?
Shakira.
Shakira.
Shakira is pretty good.
Yeah. What platform? PC? I think we'll start with PC.
No, I think it's about Margaritaville. I'm guessing.
Oh, Margaritaville. Oh,
Margaritaville question.
Yeah, Margaritaville is.
Is it like a Facebook thing? I clearly haven't played it. I'm sorry. Do you have it over there? Are you gonna pull it out now? It's like on a Super NES.
My daughter is coming in. She wants to draw. Come, Sophia. Come. She wants to draw too. You can draw in the background. Close the door.
Nice.
Yeah, she's scary. Okay.
Sharkito.
I'm drawing a shark dog. Okay.
I saw it. Looks good.
Yeah. So what do you want to draw in the background? Be useful. Help with the game. Everybody here needs to help with the game.
Okay.
So you should draw a pet too for the game.
Okay.
There you
go.
What era? Maybe not dystopian because it's very like oil pollution based, or is that like tragic? You rescue him from a
maybe
oily pool and clean him off, and then he becomes your pet.
Yeah, or maybe he likes to swim in the oil.
Maybe it could be oil shark.
Yeah. Oil shark.
Oil shark.
I'm gonna add a bone here. A human bone.
Human bone.
Yeah, Margaritaville was PC. It was actually a Facebook game. It started as a Facebook game at the time where Facebook games was still like something. But then we made a port to mobile, to iPad. It was okay. I think it worked better in the PC. You can still find. Oh, was that?
There's Paul Benford. Is the game going to go on Steam?
On Steam? Most
Yes.
definitely. Yeah.
That's our first.
Yeah. We do want to put it on Steam and other places where people can find the game easily. We might even, there's other platforms too, Epic and stuff like that. So
I get to model Paul's dog. He loves his dogs.
How many dogs?
He's got 2 show dogs.
Show dogs? Ooh.
Well, they're Boerville. I think I'm saying that right. It's a South American Mastiff. They're big.
South American Mastiff. Fila? No, from Brazil. They have a Mastiff kind in Brazil that is really, really massive. So you'll be spending the next year modeling dogs. You'll be happy, right?
That'd be fun. There you go. In chat, Mike said that Greenland sharks can live for 5,000 years. So there's already precedent for this dog.
Oh,
crossing ages.
Yeah. You're hard, Mike. I wanted to see Mike's take on our characters. He has a really cool style.
Cool. Unstable is asking, what does endgame look like? End of story, DLC, additional quests to complete, similar to Hogwarts Legacy?
Not quite. I think we the way like my dream for this game is more creating IP is a weird word, right? But like creating an experience that can go beyond a single story. So I don't see a game then a DLC. I see several chapters of this game, almost like a TV show, that can be self-contained and playable, but also complement each other. Every time I see DLC in console and they take so long to make, and sometimes they just an excuse to make more money. In this case, I think all the chapters will be already planned and they can be played in any order, but they also gonna complement each other. So almost creating like a sandbox in a way without the open world part, I think, because it's gonna be really hard to make.
But having lots of like side quests and side content would be great.
Yeah,
I think one of our stretch goals is like an end game dungeon. That'd be great to have as well. I think there's like two parts to it. There's a main story. It's the story of the actual characters, and there's all the other stuff in the world to do. So there'll always be stuff to go back to and explore, and mysteries that you came across but just didn't have the pieces to, or for some reason couldn't figure out because you didn't go on YouTube and find out what it was through the walkthrough.
Yeah, some stuff is very early, but there is some ways we want to change the experience of. It's hard to even explain at this point, but like I have a planned story for like maybe 3 or 4 seasons already in my head, and some documents. What was that?
Cat.
Oh, you drew a cat. Okay, good. Keep going. I want to see 10 versions of that. Yeah. So I want the story to be told. That's the creative part, right? When you ask Greg, he probably has a lot of different ideas on how people can get busy playing this game and coming back. And I think what we all agree is that we have a lot of content that we can make and release in a cadence that people will always want to come back. Could be small missions, could be different modes, but the world will be the platform in 3 different areas, 3 different eras. So we want this world to inspire us to create different gameplay and keep adding more stuff to this game. Hopefully for years to come. I think it'll be pretty cool. But it's very early, so we'll see what we can actually do with the amount of support we get. Unfortunately, video games are very intensive to make. That's one thing that we've been looking into is to have a team that can create lots of things for cheap and fast. And that means the right people. That means hiring the right people, and hiring the right people is not always easy, right? We do have a few people that are, you see how much Greg can create in a week. You see how much, Andy can do it and I can do it. And we're going to keep growing the team with people like that, because we believe that once the game development becomes slow, creativity kind of dies a little bit too. And that's why I really love about working on mobile, because you always can keep changing things, keep adding different things, and if the team is really passionate, things will just happen, and the players will be busy and they always have things to do. So we want to create that kind of thing, but with a small and very agile team, and that will benefit the game a lot.
Yeah, it also keeps things interesting having a smaller team too, because people have to, like we were talking about this the other day, people have to wear like a lot of different hats. You know, on a really, really large team, you're very specialized. It's like you're the game designer who's doing these stats. That's your job. You don't really learn anything else. Whereas on a smaller team, a smaller studio, a lot of indie studios, you have to kind of do a bunch of different things. And so what's cool is that those additional skills give people additional abilities to like have a cool idea and then add to the game. And we're trying to keep the tool set as flexible as possible so that anybody can go in and, you know, tweak quests and create enemies and create really cool content so that we're always, everyone's doesn't get stuck in one role and stagnate. Everyone's always doing different things.
Right. Yeah, that's amazing. And we do that, right? Like, Greg goes a bit crazy sometimes with me, just like going there and trying to change things. But in the end, that creates a really good synergy between us, right? Which, you know, you change things. It doesn't need to ask for permission, or I don't have to ask for permission. We just do things. As long as it don't break somebody else's work, it creates a lot of different ideas really fast. So
I think we need to get Greg a 3D software program.
yeah.
He's really stepping up with the animation stuff.
Oh, man.
Yeah, we kind of agree like the other day that like we all gonna become technical artists. So Greg's gonna learn more art. We're gonna learn to be more technical, and then we all gonna be doing the same thing. Everybody will be good enough to program. That's the idea. Although there's why am I drawing a jellyfish cat? I don't know, but I think Sharkito is pretty much done, so I'm gonna draw his best friend, jellyfish cat. What do you think this cat should be called, Sophia? Jellycat. That's an idea. Keep going. I think you can do better. Portuguese cat of war. What do you think? Too much?
Unstable. I think am I chopping up? I can't tell.
You were before, but now you're fine.
Now I'm okay. My monitor is showing me chopping up. Unstable was asking if you're considering any live services or not.
Live.
I think what's that?
Live service?
Yeah, games as a service, post game, creating things. I think I don't know. I think one of the reasons I actually left console games and went to Kabam, because I was at like a lot of like console studios before that, was one of the things I stopped liking about games after a while was a team sitting in a room for 4 years working on a game, or 2, 3 years, 3, 4 years, and kicking out the door and be like, oh, there it is, we're done. And then afterwards having like sort of games as a service tagged onto that. So that's why I kind of like this process and that's the reason I went to Kabam, was that the idea of working for like a year on a game and then launching that game, then working with the community to actually improve the game over time and develop like what is it that they like, and adding more of that to the game, kind of a back and forth, was cool. It's kind of why we're also doing this, the idea that we want to involve people in the process. So we're kind of like building the game as we go with them. So it's not released quite yet, but everyone has kind of input or eyes on what we're doing. You can share ideas, and sometimes a really terrible idea, which I have a lot of, can inspire somebody else to have like a really cool idea.
Yeah. That's the perfect world for us, right? Is even after the game is released, we'll still have ears to the ground, and the game will evolve. And then there's no like, it's not excuses. It's just like, if there's something broken, we'll fix it. But if something's not broken, we'll try to fix it too. We'll try to always evolve it. And it's like a live thing. I think that's where games win against pretty much every other media, is because the interactivity of it, between us and the players. So we can keep evolving it. Sometimes we'll break it horribly, and we'll fix it, and coming out of it, we'll if you make a movie or you make a TV show, everything's committed, and that's it, right?
Yeah.
And although it has a lot of other advantages, you don't have that conversation going on, right? What do you think of the kitty?
have a name idea.
You have a name idea? Go ahead. Huh?
Plasmeow.
Plasmeow? Like this? Like plasma?
Plasmeow.
Plasmeow?
Ah,
Yeah, it's a good name. It sounds like a Pokemon name.
I mean,
Plasmeow evolves into
Sharkito.
Sharkito.
Oh no, I guess not. They fuse
The
together.
best friends. The best friends.
It's our first spin-off game. Plasmeow and Sharkito.
It's like for the longest time, people were talking about making a Marvel Pets game, Akabel. As a joke. Nobody actually did anything with it, but everybody loves pets. So should we keep doing this? Should we keep doing those lives? Are people having fun? No, you're not having fun.
The community has spoken.
Yes. Next week I'll be in Japan, so I can do it from there if people are interested, and you guys can. You to be here, but we can we join together and do another session.
Yeah, closer a bit more gameplay. I was trying to get a lot more in this week, but I think next week if we have all three characters in there, we can switch back and forth. It's going to feel really cool and start seeing how things are differentiated. And once we have the combat, now you can have a zone outside the city that players have to go into from the city. So you can start actually turning that very, very, very first basic puzzle that we had into a full blown like what to expect quest from the game.
Right. So we integrate the mission with the combat. You mean?
Yeah, actually have like rather than we could change the premise of the mission, but the idea that you actually have to leave the city to gather something. And so if we go against enemies, you can actually die. Things to gather and bring back. We already have an inventory and a merchant system, so you can buy and sell things. Maybe even upgrade. I don't know. We could do like combat upgrades.
Yeah, I'm interested in that. I think we haven't thought too much about that part yet. We know we want to do it.
Right? I just haven't. There's a ton of stuff that we have to get to the basics first, which is like the basic core of combat, and then start layering on abilities later. But I also want to add an ability for each character as well, just for utility in combat.
Right, like a specific ability, right?
Yeah,
the ones that we described in the Kickstarter.
Yeah.
If we continue going live, we can show the progression of the pets from concept to modeled and animated in the game.
Oh, that'd be pretty cute.
Yeah.
We could have pet updates.
Pet updates. There you go. The best friends. Is Kelly still here? Just move this guy here. Move this and this and this. Sharkito and Plasmeow. Kind of.
Sharkito might need a little curls.
Hmm?
He might need some curls.
Curls?
Yeah.
Like on the hair?
Yeah.
Like curls like this?
Well, if you look at the reference, Keto, he's got all that little curly hair.
Do you want to model that?
I know. I was just thinking that. Like, why am I saying that?
Yeah. Yeah, that's nice. I like it.
Cute.
Well, Kelly likes them.
See?
Holly.
Worth every penny.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you can also have a pet.
It's
If you
adorable. I think we get an animation of him sitting down with his big tongue out and his tail wagging. That'll sell it right there.
Yes.
And make his mouth get really big.
Yeah.
When he barks,
Who's a good boy?
he barks in the Jaws song. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Woof woof. Woof woof.
There you go.
Very cool.
Do you wanna do one last gameplay thing? So the people
You can if you want to just jump in and go around. You
that-
gotta scale that big guy down though. He's like he's I appreciate huge characters. It's just his hitbox isn't
okay.
his attack box isn't working properly.
Okay, let me. Okay, I'll make him. Right
My
now he's
camera's lagging like
almost three
crazy.
times as big.
Almost 3 times as big. Okay, well,
I'll make him 1.5. Is that good?
1.5 seems about good. Yeah, that should be about right.
There you go.
Oh, see you next.
There you go. Now I'm gonna open the scene. Okay. Where is present? Okay, let's play.
All right, good luck.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, there we go.
We need some music for this game. Let me play some music.
Background music in general, just that kind of like chill. No Jimmy Buffett though. No Jimmy Buffett. Nope. There we go.
There you go. Now we can talk.
Nice.
Dun, dun, dun,
I've been
dun.
transported to a new place. All right.
Oh my god, they're attacking me! Ah.
There's guys on the side.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
yeah, that was fast.
They
It's spectators.
How do I respawn?
Uh,
I'm here.
you respawn. You're there. Just gotta move. I think those guys who spawned in. Yeah, those guys who spawned in aren't doing anything. Just
Oh
see those-
yeah. Oh,
Okay. There you go. Oh, you're dead. Dash. There you go. There you go. Even though he's pretty big, he should. Yeah, you dash at the last second. You can use the evade. Oh no. He's down.
I'm pressing G. That's why we need
Yeah.
a
Oh,
A.
you're pressing the wrong.
I'm pressing
That's
the
why
wrong.
you have to have a controller.
That's why I need the controller. Yeah.
There you go. Oh.
Ah, my god.
Oh. There you go. There you go.
I like that dash.
Yeah, dude, dash attack. There you go. Heavy attack. The heavies will one hit the grunts. Oof.
Oh, I sent him in.
What did you just do?
I'm an assassin.
That distance is I gotta tune that down. That's way too snappy.
I like it.
It's a bit. So the snappiness will help if I don't like it when if Nova's supposed to be a precision character, she's attacking in a small arc in front of her. If you're point toward a character and miss, that kind of sucks. So there should be a little bit of that, but
Right.
not like Batman Arkham just smash the light button.
It's very satisfying. I have to tell you.
I mean, yeah.
It's very satisfying.
You always have a story difficulty.
It's like it reminds me of that store. It's it feels like you're really skilled.
TJ.
We'll find a good balance between skill and.
Yeah, the point now is just getting all those little like levers that we can tweak in there, and we can see how much assistance we want. But that you can die and there is a threat out there and you have to play is quite nice.
I'll show you what I found out in this game.
Yeah, enemies damage each other. I missed the other part. By accident, by intent, I don't know. Let's go with happy accident. They can right now. I actually find it kind of funny when they do. So yeah, right now they can damage each other.
I can change to the different time. That's a bug that I found.
It's okay. And now you have to fight.
But it makes me think that if you have an arena that happens in 3 times at the same time.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, let's say I kill this red guy here, and then I change it to the future.
Yep. His
skeleton is there, and
we could do that. I was thinking more like, if you see an enemy who's blue, the enemy that's blue is now in Naomi's time period, so you have to shift between them. That can be kind of interesting. But for that to exist in like everywhere in the world context probably wouldn't make a lot of narrative sense because enemies don't.
No, well, let's say you have those little minions.
Yep.
Different minions in different times, right? But the main guy, the big guy, is immortal and he lives in all different times. So you have to kill the boss across time. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So you have that guy. If you're using Nova, the guy looks like with flesh and blood.
Yeah.
And if you go to switch to Naomi, he's still there, and you need to help kill him in the future too. But he's a skeleton. And then if you move to Niles, he's a different kind of hybrid between machines and whatever. It would be kind of cool because you have it's almost like a raid through time.
Yeah.
You can have one single energy bar, but only 1/3 of the energy bar can be attacked in Nova's time, and then another third.
Gotcha. Right.
Yeah. So it's a raid across time, but you're playing with yourself, right?
For a boss, that'd be super cool. I can see something like that. Because we could always we could always just have the AI just take over the characters in their time period.
But the minions are different. The minions are individual. You have to 20 minions. I love killing those guys.
The grunts are always fun. Yeah, stationary ones just standing there, but the regular ones are actually pretty fun.
Next time we should put some of those in the actual outside of the arena.
Yeah, well, I think the plan is to have actual a zone to go into in the next one, where it's just that Nova has to go out there to reach something, and there's a threat there.
I want to be able to kill people casually.
To kill people casually, okay.
Casually, let's say I'm here, so I'm playing. Okay. So I'm here and I'm walking around, and there's this old lady here, and I just go, yeah.
You want to take the old lady down?
Yeah, and then what happens if I go to the future? The old lady's family, her descendants, really hates us. They really hate us.
Right.
So there is consequences for doing that in the past.
So every NPC has to have a branching narrative. Because if you kill the old lady, okay.
Yeah, not everybody, Max. But some key. There'll be some fulcrum characters. You know what I mean? That they're fulcrum characters. So you have to be careful what you do with them, because it might create some kind of ripple effect. So let's say the old lady. She's a very important kind of matriarch of this time, and then I go there and kill her, and then everybody, what happened? And then they'll remember. There'll be this historical memory of this old lady being killed by somebody with the red hair and the green clothes.
Yeah. I don't think we want to Bethesda this and just let people go on and kill everything you see run. But actually, the idea though, of a boss fight where you're fighting a boss. Let's just use boss as an example. and you can attack the boss and kill the boss, and that's the end of the fight. But maybe something you do in a past time period, your time period, can actually get the boss to go, actually, you know what? You got a point, kid. I have been a bad person, and I will now fight by your side. So the boss fight now becomes you and that person against the other minions. So it becomes like a different boss fight.
Right. Yeah.
That would be pretty cool. Like key moments in the game, which we've always talked about, but I like where that's going a lot, actually.
Because just killing everybody, and then the future is doomed.
Just passing merchants, yeah. But if you come across a merchant, a wandering merchant, and he offers to sell you something, and you kill him and you take his stuff, maybe he doesn't show up later in the game.
Yeah.
Didn't Dark Souls do that? Seems like a Dark Souls story. Like, yeah.
Yeah. Well, maybe there's a race of elephant people that always remember. Because the elephants never forget. So
Right.
1,000 years later, they'll be keepers of the lore. I
Or
can't get out.
You could go the opposite. You can give someone something, do them a favor, and then they join you.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
help
What is
you.
it? That's really okay. That's really good. So next week we'll have more. Sure.
Ooh. Lasting merchants. I like that. Yeah. Ooh, we could do something too. I'm gonna go out there now because someone mentioned last week the idea of the wanted posters and having a bounty system. Could be a merchant that you can get money to kill. If you kill him, you get the money, or you get the reward for it, but then you lose the merchant. So what do you do?
Right.
What do you do?
It's like that thing with the books that we did last time, right?
Yeah.
The books won't be available anymore. Nobody reads anymore. So how do you do it? You have to go either to the future or to the past.
Yeah. And I mean, yeah, and also the time periods have to affect each other in some way. We've always talked about that and had examples of how we're going to do that. So that's a good way to sort of like reinforce the idea that things you do in one time period can also affect other time periods. Because it also makes decision making more interesting. Like you don't always fight the boss and go, yeah, I'm going to kill you now. You're like, actually, you know what? Maybe I'm not going to kill you. Maybe I'm going to try something else. Which also helps for successive playthroughs and those kind of mysteries that you have to solve.
Yeah, you find out you have to kill someone to help out.
Yeah.
You never know, it's the butterfly effect, right? Sometimes you think you're doing something good, but you're actually not.
Yeah.
But because you don't want to kill them, you can try something different, and it helps.
Right.
Will there be any kind of redo?
No redo.
If I do no redo, right?
No redo. No, because then your consequences have no repercussions.
Yeah.
It's like, no, you made that choice. It's okay. It's not going to break the game, but
so maybe you save it. Maybe you save it before you do something bad, right?
Now we'll build a system that just nukes your save. We'll I don't know. I'm joking. We're not going to do that. But it's fine if you want to do that, but yeah.
Okay. How are we doing? Like, do you guys want to talk about something else, or are we done? Like, how many people are still here? Even if everybody left, we can end. Are we done? Like, how many people are still here?
I don't know.
I'm just looking on YouTube and see.
Oh, okay.
And done? Like, how many people are still here? The dog. I think there's 13 people watching now. Okay. Last round for conversation and questions. If you guys want to know anything about what we've done today or anything else or comments. If not, I think we could just end. Okay, you have a question?
We also hit 60% funded, by the way, so you can update the ticker.
We did?
We did.
That's it.
I hope we did. I thought we did.
Don't give me false hope. No, it's still on 59.
What? No.
Yeah. We're on the edge of 60.
Well, then my Kickstarter email is lying to me.
Oh yeah, you should go to the companion tier. We'll make something really unique for you. Okay, so we'll probably be back next week. Oh my god, that's scary.
The eyes are actually awesome.
Okay, Sophia could be a character.
Yeah.
Me and Sophia will be in Japan, but if you guys want to do another one, we'll do another one. It'll be 5 p.m. here, but 10 a.m. the next day there. And then we'll see what's new in the gameplay, which is getting really, really cool. Thanks for your work this week, guys. And I guess we'll see everybody really soon. What?
I drew an all-seeing pig. All-seeing pig.
Oh, okay. She drew an all-seeing pig. I'll post it somewhere. All right. Oh, top secret muting. It was okay. It's one of those things. It will take a while to know if there's any results for it. But thanks for asking. Yeah, we'll keep having meetings with investors and partners and stuff like that. So eventually we'll hit somebody that wants to invest in this idea and in our company in the long run. It takes time. It just takes time. The first people to believe in you are always the most special, because they go with your idea without any proven kind of results yet, right? So they believe in you, and so we need people like you, and we need people like that to get our first thing out of the gate. After the first thing is a success, everybody wants to jump in because it's being proven, right? So that's the way it works. But we'll get there. We'll get there pretty soon.
Yeah. And thanks to everybody again for the support, and thanks for tuning in and chatting. It makes our evenings more interesting when we have people to banter with. And
yeah,
get
and
stuff with.
it does give us some good deadlines too. We need to do things for the Wednesdays.
That's true too.
And you guys are almost like our producers. We need to show you things every week.
Yeah. No, it's like a team. It's like a team meeting once a week. What do you guys do?
Yeah. Cool. All right. See you guys. Have a good night. And we'll see you guys soon.
Okay. See you, everybody.
Bye.